You've heard the phrase, "Do you know what started the Big Bang?" thrown around a lot, especially by certain politicians. But do you actually know what started the Big Bang? No, it wasn't a baby. It's not something we know about. In this video, I'm going to explain how we think the Big Bang started and why scientists are still arguing over it today. Before we get into it, I just want to say thank you for being awesome and supporting my channel. And infinitely dense, smaller than a proton and more dense than anything else in the universe. At some point, it exploded. We call that the Big Bang. And then the universe expanded. This idea requires some weird physics where the rules we currently understand broke down. We don't know what started the Big Bang, if anything. It's one of the biggest open questions in physics today. There's some observational evidence for and against each of these ideas. For example, we expect that if the universe had a bounce, we should see some evidence of it in the cosmic microwave background radiation, but we don't. On the other hand, if the Big Bang was triggered by a quantum fluctuation, we should see some features in the distribution of galaxies that we don't. Some physicists think the cause of the Big Bang is outside the realm of physics altogether and that we need a new kind of science to answer it. Others think the question just doesn't make sense. They think we can't meaningfully ask what caused the Big Bang because the concept of a cause implies a chain of events that extends backwards in time. But the universe didn't come from nothing. It just was. As it did, elements condensed out of the energy of the expanding space like water condensing on a cool bit of glass, except here it was subatomic particles condensing out of the energy of the expanding space. These particles then went on to form atoms, stars, galaxies, you and me and everything else. We currently don't have either, which means we currently don't know the answer. But maybe one day soon we will. And thank you for being awesome and supporting my channel. If you want to hear more about the Big Bang, I'd recommend checking out the video on how the universe began, which covers all of this in more detail and also details some of the surprising ways that the Big Bang was once wrong but in the end was proven right. Thanks for watching. Science doesn't really like things that are both infinitely small and infinitely dense because infinity is a concept and math doesn't work that way. Also, we have observations that tell us the universe had a beginning, but they don't tell us what caused it to begin. In fact, physicists don't even agree if the question can be answered with physics. So our universe began with the Big Bang. The idea is that everything was infinitely small and that the universe had a cause. This camp breaks into two groups. The first thinks the universe was set in motion by a quantum fluctuation. Think of it like a tiny jiggle that the universe did before it started expanding. This jiggle would have been created by a particle and antiparticle pair, one with a positive energy and one with a negative energy. If they were in the right place at the right time, their combined energy could have been enough to trigger the Big Bang. The other group thinks the universe was set in motion by a kind of bounce. Imagine a ball hitting a wall. Just before the Big Bang, our universe might have been a little bubble inside a larger, previously existing universe. That universe would have reached a critical size, collapsed and then bounced back into existence as our universe began expanding. But there's a problem. There are two main camps and several possible answers. One camp thinks the question can be answered with physics, the other camp thinks the question can't be answered with physics and that there was no cause. Instead, the universe just always was. So what's the answer? Well, unfortunately, we simply don't know. Really understanding what caused the Big Bang, if anything, will require new ways of thinking and possibly new physics. If you like optimistic science and tech stories, stay tuned for more.